Good morning. I'm Linda, Pinky Mall Sisters in the kitchen. Mary is at home today, and she's watching from home. Carla's on the other end. I think Linda is probably with Mary, but I can't actually say that for sure. I'm not sure, but I think she is. So, welcome to our program. Y'all please bear with me. I've had a little cough and a cold, and my throat's a little bit hoarse, but I'm going to do the best you can. So if I sound a little raspy, y'all know why. I'm not sick. I don't have any fever or anything. I'm just been dealing with this little cold. So I've got my skillet on hot here, and today we're making a breakfast bowl. Sometimes it depends on, we never know if we're going to get up 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or if we didn't sleep good the night before, we might not get up to 7 or something. Mike doesn't like to eat when he first gets up, so if we eat breakfast, it's normally a late breakfast or an early lunch. So this is basically what I'm fixing today, and I've had several laughs this morning. I'll tell you about one after a while, but y'all know how Mary and I are when we're in the kitchen. We're so used to doing things. Sometimes we don't realize in a recipe we put one thing and we might start doing it in the other. So this morning I looked at my recipe and it said bacon, and I laid out sausage, but I did have some bacon. So in this recipe you can use any kind of meat you want. You can use bacon, sausage, ham. You could use like a little smoked sausage. And if you didn't want meat, you don't have to put meat in it, because it is going to have egg in it. So because I didn't bake potato, I forgot and just peeled it. I just stuck it in the microwave. After I'd already chopped it up, I stuck it in the microwave to just get it soft a little bit, so it won't take so long to. I have a little bit of water in it. Nothing like getting a little bit of action going on in the kitchen. So I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to salt it. You always want to salt your potatoes. And some good black pepper. And y'all notice that I know all of y'all have been praying for Mary. And Mary is, she's healing nicely. She has a follow-up appointment this afternoon with her doctor. So she'll be hopefully be getting some good news from him. I'm gonna put this lid on here for a second, knock that noise down a little bit. Anyway, I'm not usually real noisy in the kitchen, but I guess this morning that kind of went out the door. So I've got pan sausage here. I got this at one of our local stores. It's not local, it's about 30 miles, 25 miles from here, but they do real good sausage, and I went up there right before Christmas and bought a bunch of it, and I did it up in little small packages. So this is the sausage that I'm using, and then I've got my grated cheese, and I've got some bacon over here cooked, but I'm going to use that for Mike's, and then I've got my eggs to do that. So years ago when I was in California, I'd never heard of bowls before, like food bowls before, and I was interviewing this lady, and I guess I should say thank y'all all for joining me. I know it's not as much fun for y'all when Mary's not with me, but I really appreciate y'all joining me and hanging in there with me. So I was in California working, and one of the ladies that I was interviewing, she was telling me that she went to get her teriyaki bowl. Well, I'd never heard of it. I didn't know what she's talking about. So I learned something because, you know, in Texas, we cook breakfast. We just cooked breakfast. We didn't put it all together. We just cooked it and then had it on the plate. But this is, that potato looks kind of big there. I'm going to cut that one. You kind of want your potatoes to all be the same size, so they cook it at the same time. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these in two. I've already softened them in the microwave, so it's not going to take taking long to cook. Right before I went on air, I just noticed that it said baked potato. Now, for our members, for those of you who are following this recipe, the recipe does say to bake your potato, and it makes it go much faster. So, if you're going to bake a potato, you want to wash it real good, wrap it in some kind of good plastic wrap, bake it until it's done, then take it off. Take it out and peel it, unless you want to leave the peeling on. If you want to leave the peeling on, when it's cool enough to handle, just dice it up and set it aside. And that way, when you're cooking it in your breakfast skillet, then all you're basically doing is browning it. So, because I cooked these in the microwave a couple of minutes, that kind of softened them and it cut down on the cooking time. So, I got this lid on, and that kind of helps soften them without getting them brown. So if you wonder how potatoes, sometimes if you're cooking potatoes, and I know this is very, very simple, some of you may be laughing because I'm saying this, but if a potato is brown on the outside and you bite into it and it's raw on the inside, if you'll put a lid on your skillet and turn it down just a little bit to let it get soft, then you can turn the heat up and brown them. And that's how I always do when I'm frying potatoes. I am a potato person. I love fried potatoes. I love any kind of potatoes, but I don't like them raw. And a lot of people eat a raw potato when they're peeling them. I never have. I like my potatoes cooked. I like anything else I eat cooked, unless it's fruit. So I'm going to stir these again and see if I can. They're not quite done, but they don't like too much being done. So I'm gonna cook these just a little bit longer. And I think what I'll do while I'm letting those cook is I think I'll move over here. I'm gonna turn this burner on under my grill pan. And Mike always says that I dirty a lot of dishes, and I guess I do. But you need different things for whatever you're cooking, and I need something different to grill my bread in. So I'm going to use my grill pan, and because this is, will have some butter on it, I want something to set that on. These are my eggs, and let me set these aside here. I don't want to, I guess I am getting in the way of the camera. Let's see here. Maybe if I set that back, that'll be a little bit better. So I'm going to use this big one to set that on. And then I'm going to use this to butter my bread with. We got a really windy day here in East Texas. And it's not cold. It's just a little chilled. So this is the time of year you have to be careful with the weather, especially if you have a cold or if you don't want to get sick. You don't want to go out in the weather and the wind with a short sleeve on because you just might get sick. So I turn my grill pan back on here, and I'm going to butter. I've got this, this is like, I think it's called Rustic Bread. You can get it at Walmart or Kroger. It's kind of like a sourdough bread. It's a hearty bread. It's a heavy bread. So these slices, I'm going to, well, this is just one slice, but I'm going to cut it in two because it's a big one. But I'm going to grill it whole. I'm just going to put some butter on both sides of it and put it in the pan and get it hot and get some good grill marks on it. I love a crunchy bread, like to dip in soups or like to eat with my breakfast. And I use this same bread to make cinnamon toast, and it's really good. So you see that's a big piece of bread. This is enough for 2 people. So I'm going to stick it in here, and I think you can see that. I got this on medium. I'm going to put the grill press down on it so it can start cooking. And then I'm going to go back over here and check my potatoes. I'm not worried about me being in the camera today. I really would just like for y'all to see what I'm doing. So, are y'all hearing me okay? Am I talking loud enough? So, I got a couple of messages that I read this morning, and I've had several phone calls. And just just so you know, if you call me right before we're doing a show, either call me or Mary, and we're not going to be able to answer the phone because we can't get in a conversation 2 or 3 minutes before we're going to go live, because I know I sound terrible. I know I do, but I really do not feel bad. I don't have a fever. You know, my bones aren't hurting. I'm not aching, and that goes a lot, because when you have fever, you have bones that ache too. So it's just my voice just doesn't sound good. So I'm going to take these potatoes up in a minute, and I'm going to put the sausage in there. But I had one person this morning that texted me, and she wanted me to, she asked me would I mention her sweet mother that watches us, that has suffered some losses in her life. And so, Holly, thank you for sending the message to us about your mom, Joyce. And I want to make sure I get her name right. So, Broadhead. So, hello to Joyce Broadhead from Mary and I. We appreciate you watching us, and we love you, and we're praying for you and praying for your husband. And we hope that you'll continue to watch us. And for everyone that watches us, we love y'all so much, and we look forward. We see the names. We recognize your names. Not many of you we've met, but we do recognize your name, and we've come to know you through your comments and through your post and everything. So I want to remind y'all again to make sure that you do like our videos, that you click the like button, and that you share our videos with your friends. Sharing is different than what the people that take our videos and do and act like they're us. We want you to share. We want you to share it with us. So please feel free to do that. And I want to check my stuff here, because I'll get to talking and then I'm going to realize that I need to be doing something, getting some taters out of the skillet. So these are done, and I'm going to take them out just because I don't want them to keep cooking, because I'm going to add them back in when I get my sausage done. So these potatoes look so good. When Mike and I first got married, he would be gone to work all day, and at the time I wasn't working because I'd had I had had an accident in a car. A guy hit me, run a red light and hit me. So I was home all day, and there was so many days that all I wanted for lunch was just a skillet of fried potatoes, and I'd eat the whole skillet by myself. That's been many, many years ago, but I remember it just like it was yesterday. So we're going to get the rest of these out, and then I'm going to get the sausage in there and get those cooked. Don't those look good? Oh, those look good. So I'm going to put my sausage in the same skillet, and we'll get this cooking, and I'll tell y'all the funny that I wanted to tell y'all about. I wished I knew if y'all could hear me, but I guess you can. So I'm just gonna say that y'all can hear me. So this morning I'm using the mix and chop to do the sausage. So this morning I'm sitting on the couch, and it's very normal for us when we first get up to read comments. And I know that a lot of times it might seem that we don't read your comments or don't comment on what you say. But we do read a lot of the comments, and between all of us, we probably try our best to get around to reading the majority of them. We can't always comment, but we do try to comment sometimes. Well, I read this comment this person wrote about wondering why we didn't do more than we done for our fans, and that we did a little birthday giveaway, and sometimes we gave stuff away, and basically, this wasn't exactly what she said, but it was the essence that all we talked about was money, and that we were raking in millions. We were raking in millions. And I laughed so hard, I hope I don't get so excited that I start coughing. But let's see, what else did she say? Oh, that allowed us to live the lifestyle that we live. And I'm thinking, okay, let me see now. Am I confused? We have a Ford car, one car under the carport. When we go somewhere, I have to rent a car. I don't even have a car of my own anymore, and I miss that so much, not having my own vehicle. We share one vehicle together. We live in a house that's 40-something years old that needs work. But anyway, it was really, really hilarious. And what she said was that allows us to live the lifestyle that we live. So Mary and I got a big laugh out of that this morning. So bless your heart, honey. If you think we're raking in the millions, I sure don't know where it's at because we don't have them. So it's after I read that, I got to thinking about, you know, it's really easy for people, not people in general, but it's easy for some people to I don't want to say this to sound negative, but it's easy for people to put people down or to gripe or complain or something about how they think it should be done, or maybe it's even, I mean, I read comments all the time on people about how you're raising your child or something. Be an uplifter. It's so much more fun uplifting people than it is trying to knock somebody down. It just makes your whole day better. When you try to say something nice to somebody, be kind to somebody, I think about Carla, and of course Mama. This goes back to Mama and Daddy. It just don't cost anything to be nice. And y'all, the majority of our friends and followers are so kind and so compassionate and so loving and so giving and supportive. And I know that we can't change people. Only God can change someone's heart. I know that. We can say, just like we can't change people's mind on what they believe. And I tell Mike that a lot because Mike does a lot of witnessing for the Lord. And anywhere he goes, if you're around him 30 minutes, he's going to tell you something about the Lord. And sometimes he gets discouraged because he feels like that people don't believe him. And I tell him, I said, Mike, you're planting a seed. That's what you're doing. You're planting a seed. It doesn't mean that they're going to take that to heart that day or maybe even that year. But you're planting a seed, and sometimes it takes time for seeds to grow. So don't ever get discouraged if you're praying for someone or if you're trying to talk to someone about maybe changing their ways or something, because sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it takes a while, and just keep that in mind. And also, when you're teaching your little children, let them see your example. I have Mama on my mind so much because of her writings, and she just talked about, you know, be someone that your kids can look up to. Teach them the right way to treat people, and it's very, very important to us to make sure that we're kind to other people. And Carla, one thing, big thing that she does with her grandchildren is she teaches them to be kind. And if we would just all practice that a little bit more, I think the world would be such a better place. It would be a better place to live in. You'd have better neighbors. You'd have better friends. You'd have better people that you go to church with, because this is not something that's just people outside of church. Sometimes people inside of church can say things that aren't very nice and that aren't very kind. I remember at my mama's funeral, I don't know if I've ever told this before or not, but one of the ladies we've known all of our life, she was standing pretty close to the coffin, and I was standing at the coffin, and I've always had very good ears. And she said something about my daddy that was very, very hurtful to me. And I didn't say anything to her, but I thought, you know, you are, what would make you say something like that when a person is standing 2 feet from you, say something about their daddy while you're standing there grieving over your mother? It just doesn't make any sense. So if you have something that you think that you want to get off your chest, write it, then tear it up. Don't say it. If it's something that's not going to edify somebody, just don't say it. You know, we've all done and said things that we shouldn't do. I'm not trying to act like I'm a saint that's never made a mistake, because we're all sinners saved by grace. But I do try my best to practice being nice to people. So I think I've almost got my sausage done here. Oops, I better check on my bread. I forgot about this. I thought I might do that after I got talking. Oh, look how beautiful that is. See how pretty that is? Whoops. See how beautiful that bread is? So I'm just going to put it on the other side. I'm going to put the grill back on it. And I'm just going to turn the burner off. So I've still got the grill on it. I just turned it over and put it on the other side. So I've got the sausage in here. I've got enough oil that I don't need to put any more oil in this to cook my eggs. And I will add just a tiny bit of butter at the end. But I'm going to add my potatoes back in here. And I'm actually not going to add these all, because I'm going to make Mike's breakfast in a little bit. And so I'm going to save some of these potatoes for his bowl. This is probably enough to make about 3 or 4 breakfast bowls. I didn't want to just do a small one, because then it would look like that it wasn't enough for you to even see what I was doing. So I'm doing probably enough to do about 4 breakfast bowls. Now, if you got hearty eaters and they eat a lot, this would make 2 like man-sized bowls. So this was a big potato that I used, and I used about half of it in here. So I'm going to break my eggs and put them in this bowl. And I'm going to use the I'm going to use my beater to beat these up, because I want them beat really good. I'm not going to add much salt, but I am going to add a little bit, and just a little bit of pepper. Can't ever have too much pepper, so I'm going to add that and walk in front of the camera. So I'm just going to use this to beat these real quick. Get this out of the way. Okay, so I've got my 2 eggs beat here, so they're beat real good together. And I'm just going to put them in here. We'll pour them in the skillet. And Mary always talks about her doing simple dishes. This is a very simple dish. It's just another way to fix a good breakfast. That if you got your potato done, you can even cook your sausage the night before. I don't want that to overcook, so I'm going to take that off the burner. And I've got a lot of potatoes in here, so I could probably have put another egg or 2 in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put cheese on the top, and I'm going to put the lid back on it so the cheese will melt. And again, I'm not going to put all of it on there, because I'm going to fix Mike a bowl when he gets ready to eat in a little bit. Okay, my lid. The burner's off. I got my potatoes and stuff over here to fix his with. And I got the grilled bread. Now I'm going to take my grilled bread up. And I'm going to show y'all how pretty this is. We're going to cut it. See what beautiful grill marks it is on both sides? And I'm just going to cut this in half. Let's see if you can see this. I'm going to use this little utility spreader to cut this in half if bread is hot. So, let me get my plate here and my bowl. So I'm going to use one of our little small serving bowls to put this in. These are made out of stone, and they, actually I think I'm going to heat this in the microwave a second. Let me move the camera, because I don't want to put my hot food in this bowl that's not cold. So this is just a little trick. I'm just heating the bowl for about 12 or 13 seconds, and then I'm going to take it out and put the food in it. It's really a good breakfast. It's good. It's even like a good lunch. Y'all know I'm going to be adding pepper. I usually pepper my stuff more than once. So, and Mary's probably cringing, because she's probably saying, Linda, you're taking away the taste by adding that much pepper to it. But anyway, I try to watch it when she's here. But you can see the cheese is melted. And so now I'm just going to add this to my bowl. You can put as much in it as you want. You've got egg, you've got starch, you've got meat, you've got 2 proteins. This is a hearty breakfast, like on a cold winter's day, and maybe you didn't eat breakfast, so you want to fix something for lunch. And I'm going to move the camera in just a second. Thank y'all for bearing with me here. Let's see if this is gonna, I got the camera kind of tilted. Now, I definitely want to eat all of this bread, but I put both of them on the plate so you could see it. Let me grab a paper towel here. Oh, I did have some water out. I didn't know I probably had some water out. So, let me straighten this up just a second. I'm not ready to get off just yet. I'm going to taste of this, and then I've got 2 or 3 more things that I need to say. Here's my breakfast bowl, and then here's my bread. Thank you, Jesus. I'm going to taste just a bite of this. This is really good when you want something just a little bit different. That is so good. You can drizzle a little bit of honey on here. If you wanted a little bit of fresh taste, you could drizzle a little blueberry syrup on your bread, or some homemade jelly would be delicious on it. It's so full of flavor. It's just something different than just an egg, a piece of bacon, and toast. You know, this just gives it a little bit of extra kick to it. And especially with that extra pepper and that cayenne. I did have some cayenne in there too. So there's several things that I want to mention, and I'm going to try to get the camera over here a little bit closer to me, so I'm not straining my neck to see what y'all are saying. So a lot of people have been asking about the birthday drawings, and if anybody wants to know what that rack is behind me, that's a baker's rack. I have supplies in it. This week, from now until January 31st, if you had a birthday in January, text your name and your birth date, not the year, and your phone number, which it should be in the text, but to 903-235-4804. 903-235-4804. So we will be drawing on around the 1st of the month, and I'm not looking at a calendar, so the next day that we cook live after the 31st, we'll be drawing for that. Oh my goodness, and hi Rita from Maine. Wow, I know that snow is probably cold and beautiful. And okay, so we mentioned that. There's been 2 or 3 things that people have sent us that we haven't acknowledged yet because Mary and I haven't been together since they were sent, so we will wait to that. But just so you know, we have gotten 3 different packages in the mail that some of you sweet people have sent us, and we'll mention that. And the cards, I know I got 1 card here from Mary, and I know she's gotten some at her house, so thank you very much for that. I know Mary appreciates it very much, and I know y'all love her very much, and I really appreciate y'all caring for my sister. And we're hoping that she's going to be back to par before too long and back to her normal self. If any of y'all have been waiting on me to draw on my other page, I'll be doing that later on in just a few minutes. When I get through, I'm going to eat, and then I'll get on and do my drawing for that. So let's see what type of bread. The only thing that I would eat. It's rustic. The brand is Rustic. It's like and that might have been your question, but it's something similar to a sourdough or a potato bread. It's a hearty bread. It's not light. It's dense. So if you don't have that particular brand in your area, we'll look for something like I love rye bread. I love any good bread. I love rye bread. I love pumpernickel. I don't buy pumpernickel too often because Mike is not a fan of it. But sourdough bread, I love all of those breads. I'm a bread and a potato eater. I just love those. So hi Vicki from Salt Lake. I love Salt Lake City. It's been a very long time since we've been there. But I do like it. Step away from the camera just a second to clear my throat. Mary is feeling better. She's not completely well, but this type of surgery that she had done does take a while for her to completely heal. But hopefully, if nothing happens and the good Lord's willing, we'll both be together tomorrow. Little Linda is going to be making something real special. And I hate that I'm not going to get to be there because I have a really good story to go with what she's doing. But maybe she'll remember to tell it. I think her mother will be there, if nothing else, but just sitting. And then Thursday, I'll be cooking here again. And I've got something really fun that I'm doing Thursday. So don't forget to join me Thursday. Next week, if nothing happens and I don't have any sign of a cold, then Mary and I will be back together. And while she won't be able to take the lead cooking for another probably a week or 2, we will be at her house. And little Linda and I'll be taking orders from Mary. She'll be telling us what to do. So we're going to help her with whatever she's cooking. We'll help her. So, Hawaii. Jasmine asked, would we ever visit Hawaii? I'd love to visit Hawaii. I'd love to visit Alaska. Maybe one day the Lord will see fit for us to be able to go. It would be very nice. It would be a very nice trip. So we just leave that in the hands of the Lord. So maybe if all those millions that lady was talking about, maybe if we start seeing some of them, maybe I laugh because she has no idea how long it would take us to recoup the money we put into this last year and a half. So it's pretty funny to me. Anyway, we appreciate all of our members. We appreciate everybody that orders Pampered Chef from us. We appreciate everybody that watches, that has watched with us, for us, watched us, commented since we first started, and all of our new members. We love y'all, or not members, but viewers, and members too on our website. So cookbooks. We are waiting on a shipment, and we believe they will be here the 1st of the month. As soon as we know they're en route and we have a date that we'll get them, then we will open up ordering on our website. That's the way to get a cookbook. You need to go to www.pinkymallskitchen.com. that is on our page here, www.pinkymallskitchen.com, and you would order a cookbook or apron or anything else that we have on there that you want to order. If you want our recipes, that's where you also can join membership. It is a small $5.99 a month fee plus whatever applicable taxes are in your area. That's $5.99 a month. Those are recipes since we've done since October the 5th. The old recipes are not on there. It's since October the 5th. Now the cookbooks, our cookbooks, not all of the recipes that we cook are in there either. And we try our best to say that each time. But we always have people contact us and say, I bought the cookbook for this certain recipe and it's not in there. We're not trying to, we're certainly not trying to say that everything we cook is in that cookbook. It's not. But the recipes from October the 5th on, if you want those, then you would need to become a member and you would get them on there, plus some other content that we have. Okay, Mama's book. We have, y'all know I am chomping at the bit. We have some news to tell you, but we won't be announcing that until Mary and I are together, because we feel like it's only fair that we need to be together, but we are, we're going to have some news for y'all very soon. Okay, let's see. See if there's anything else on here that I missed. I knew this wouldn't be a real long show today, and I told Mary that it wouldn't. I appreciate Carla behind the scene helping me out, and of course Mary watching too. I hope that it hasn't been too bad as far as the video is concerned. And I hope that y'all will join Little Linda tomorrow. And Mary, if nothing happens, she should be on the video too. And I would love to go over there, but I am not, because I do not want my sister to get this cold. And nor Little Linda either. But I do not want Mary to have to deal with the cold while she's trying to heal from her surgery. So as much as I'd like to be there, I'm taking my sister into consideration, and so I won't be there. But I hope that y'all, like I said, I hope y'all join them tomorrow. Join me again Thursday. Thursday's going to be a very fun day, and it will probably last at least an hour or maybe longer, because I'm baking something. So if you have the recipe, you're a member, and you want to be cooking what I'm cooking, I'm either going to be using a big white round stone, or either if you have the big pizza stone, or if you have the personal size pan stones, or if you just want to do it on a cookie sheet, any type of a baking sheet, you could do what I'm doing tomorrow. But I'm doing mine on a round stone. So, okay, let me see if there's anything else that I should have said or didn't say. I hope I didn't leave anything out. And I hope that I didn't really say a lot of fun stuff today, other than the funny stuff about the millionaires, which that was hilarious. But anyway, we'll have some more fun stuff again soon. I can just hear my mama. If I had read that to her, she probably would have fell off the chair laughing. Anyway, we love y'all, and we thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your dedication and loyalty to us. Make sure if you're following us on this page, and don't join any Facebook group that has our picture or name in it. Please do not join. There are people that still watch us on a bootleg channel or hijacked or whatever you want to call it. And believe me, they are in this to try to profit from us. And we work very, very hard to do what we do. So if you're watching this from a group, have a heart and leave that group. If they didn't have anybody to watch them, they'd have to close it down. So watch us here on this one. Also go to YouTube. We're on YouTube. All of our videos are current. We are Pinky Mall's Kitchen. It's P-I-N-K-Y, no spaces, capital M-A apostrophe S, a space, and kitchen. So watch us on YouTube. We would really appreciate that. Make sure that you comment, that you like, and that you share. And that means very, very much to us. So thanks again. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. If you're in an area where it's cold and snowy, stay in, fix something yummy and warm. And we'll see y'all again soon. And we love you, and be sure, absolute sure, to count your blessings. We have so very much to be thankful for. And money should never be at the top of that list. People with money are not happy. That's been proven over and over. And that doesn't mean you can't be happy with money. And it takes money to live. It absolutely takes money to live. But that is not what life is about. Life is about the blessings and peace within, and about what you do for others. So I love y'all. Miss my sister. Hope to be back with her again next week. So I will see y'all again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.